I'm Dr. Anasuya Chaitanya from SDM College of Ayurveda, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta. I began my journey as an Ayurvedic student in the same college in the year 1992. I finished my graduation in 1997. At the end of my talk, you will realize why I came back now, this year in 2022 for my PG, why my journey into Ayurveda continues. The theme for this year's Ayurveda Day is Har Din Har Ghar Ayurveda. Why has this campaign been deemed necessary, though Ayurveda is a part of our culture, though it is a part of our heritage? Why did the government decide that this theme was needed for us? Every grandmother and mother knows that many kitchen ingredients can help alleviate one's distress. For example, many would administer water boiled with jeera or ajwain for abdominal pain or a sense of bloating and say it's good for Vayu. Many traditional recipes combine ordinary ingredients to make a wholesome, tasty dish, each ingredient balancing the others, and the final product being much more than just the sum of the ingredients. For example, a simple dal is cooked with oil and then seasoned with hingu. It's good for digestion, Granny may say. The kitchen garden too is used as a mini pharmacy. Fresh turmeric for a boil, tender guava leaves for bleeding gums or a toothache, tulsi and ginger for a cough. The list is endless. From these examples, one might think that this would be an apt campaign or a poster for Har Din Har Ghar Ayurveda. On the one hand, this may be correct, but on the other, this also gives rise to many myths about Ayurveda. I would like to highlight a few of them and then debunk these myths. The first one is that many equate herbal medicine, traditional folk medicine or Nati Vaidya, naturopathy, or just about any other treatment modality that doesn't fall under a clear heading as Ayurveda. This is incorrect. While the herbs or procedures like fermentation with rock salt that our grandmothers or mothers advocated may be used in Ayurveda, the advice of these grandmothers is not Ayurveda. Another common myth is that Ayurveda has no side effects. Isn't it just logical that anything that has an effect will have a side effect? It must have a side effect. For example, Ghrita or ghee, plain cow's ghee, is extolled. Its virtues are ranging from Ayushya to Medhya, that is good for the brain, it is good for the Indriyas or your sense organs, it is best for Ayur, so much so that Ayur Ghritam has become almost synonymous with Ayurvedic practitioners. The same Ghrita, when administered to somebody who cannot digest it, can give rise to many problems, which needs a long treatment after this. And the last myth that I would like to mention is that the common belief that Ayurveda takes a very long time to show its results or to give relief. This isn't true. In my own practice, I have seen a case of ardita or facial palsy get relieved in just half an hour by the application of marma stimulation. Ayurveda, if practiced true to its principles in the way that it is given down in the text, will give results that the text mentioned. Every time these results will be obtained. Each time these results will be obtained. This is reproducibility. And reproducibility is the hallmark of science. Ayurveda is a science. It is a thorough science which has set down many principles which need to be followed. If they are not followed properly, if they are not understood properly, and if they are not utilized under the circumstances that have been laid down, then the results that are laid down in the text will not be obtained. And this is where Ayurveda differs from Nati Vaidya or herbal medicine or traditional medicine. In Charaka Samhita, Ajapas and Vanavasis are differentiated from the Vaidyas by the knowledge that they have. It is not just enough to know a herb's name or how it is used. One must also know why it must be used, under what circumstances. This is where the science of Ayurveda comes into play. And we, as the Ayurveda fraternity and those who access Ayurveda, it is up to us to generate the data that the modern scientific community so relies on. And this data can be generated by us truly practicing our principles. I think that the focus must be made to tie together the theory and practice of Ayurveda. For example, as a first year student, I had no idea how to connect Padartha Vijnana to my practice. And once I started practicing, I didn't think of Padartha Vijnana at all. And so first year students, BAMS students who've been trained in modern science need to be sensitized. I think a special effort must be made to sensitize them to the thought process of Ayurveda. Our usual training is a modern scientific training. We need to be able to explain or to put in place the thought process of Ayurveda along with this modern scientific training. The philosophy of Ayurveda is not alien to us. It is part of our culture, regional as well as national. And it is up to us to generate data through true unbiased research and help the modern scientific community and the public to access Ayurveda in the proper way. It is up to us. The sole responsibility of this rests with us, the Ayurveda fraternity. Ayurveda is a way of life that will help heal our ailing world. Ayurveda does not need us, but what it does need is people to speak up for it, people who will make it accessible in its true sense to all those who need it. And this true understanding can be done only through Patha, Avabodha and Anusthana. And it is for this reason to do Patha that I am back here after 25 years to do my PG in this lovely institution. Thank you.